Okay, so now we're down to the part two of my report, which is the media for social marketing and social mobilization. As communication practitioners, it is important for us to determine the appropriate media that we will use to communicate our message to our target market or target audience. And social media, traditional media channels, and the internet are some of the media tools that we use for social marketing and social mobilization. So, in this report, we'll just refer social media and internet as the new media. Okay. So, here, these platforms are used to mobilize individuals, to set the social agenda, influence mainstream media, and most especially this one. Okay, so here to reach a wider audience. Now, let's talk first about traditional media. So basically, traditional media is the kind of media that existed even before the internet. These are print publications, the radio, television, and of course, billboards. So for this part, I will discuss the different advantages of these kinds of media. Okay. Now, for print media like newspapers and magazines, so here readers can feel or can see the publications as a very credible since they already have names. And of course, it can also help build brand trust and legitimacy. And although print media can have a shorter exposure time with audiences, as these are time bound, so readers are more engaged while consuming this type of media. Now, next, let's talk about television. So, of course, even now, most people still watch television in their homes. So, whenever they see commercials containing social marketing campaigns, then that's how they can access it. And next, for the radio, of course, they are still considered as one of the most cost effective types of traditional media, which makes radios a great way to implement social campaign or social marketing campaign. And radio ads can also increase listeners' awareness of your campaign. Now, last but not the least, so we also have here billboards, which can be a powerful choice for selling your product or your service, specifically for companies that or for companies whose target market are within a specific geographic location. So that's why in the earlier part of my report, I stated why it is important to identify your target market's location. Okay. Now let's head to the new media. So we already have background of what new media is based on our class in DEFCON 206. But for now, here are some examples of the new media. We have here social network sites, personal wireless devices, such as our smartphones. Of course, blogs, wikis, which we are all familiar with. We also have here sharing sites, which are interactive websites where people can share photos or videos, just like YouTube, and virtual worlds and e-games. Okay, so of course, advertising through digital media, also known as new media, can be an attractive option for companies, especially those with smaller budgets, because these are more cost effective. So you can access most of this through the internet. And mostly they are free. And using advanced data analytics, so digital media allows companies to target specific consumer demographics. Okay. Now let's just have a quick comparison of the two of them. So basically, traditional media helps in growing brand awareness and building a brand. Meanwhile, for the new media, it enables consumer response measurement. So, for example, if you want to conduct a social marketing campaign in your Facebook page, then perhaps you can easily or you can immediately see how your target audience perceives your market because they can easily comment or engage in your posts. Okay, so of course, even these times, or even in these times, it is important to use or to utilize the two of them, not just traditional media, but also digital media. Okay, so although traditional and digital media have many differences, it can be beneficial for organizations to use both methods to reach their target audience. Because nowadays, people choose to consume various types of media throughout their day. That's why during our class in DevCom 6, there are still people who said that they read newspapers or they listen to the radio. And as some of them also get their news from social networking sites. So that's why we have to utilize these kinds of media in our social media campaign. And of course, it is important for us, DevCon practitioners, to diversify our methods of advertising our social products. Okay, and while digital advertising is growing at a faster rate, so traditional media still has the ability to reach many people at once. So just play the radio and then you'll have listeners. Same goes with television. Advertising on digital media or new media, however, allows company to assess the campaign in real time. And of course, they can also make changes immediately. So here, this type of advertising also allows for direct communication with an audience, which can lead to higher levels of engagement. Okay, so again, as DevCon practitioners, it is important for us to choose the appropriate media channels where we can implement our social marketing campaign. So thank you so much for listening to this report, and let's talk about this. I want to hear more from you by answering the discussion issues that I will provide. Thank you so much.